You know, as we get older, it's natural to have those little senior moments, walking into a room and forgetting why you're there, struggling to recall a familiar name, or misplacing your glasses for the umpteenth time. Most of us laugh these off as normal parts of aging. But what if I told you that some memory problems might actually be warning signs of something more serious? Something that could be linked to those evening cocktails or glasses of wine you've enjoyed over the years? That's what we're going to talk about today: alcoholic dementia. Now, I know that term might sound scary, but here's the good news. When we understand what's happening and why, we can actually do something about it. Whether you're someone who's enjoyed a nightly drink for decades, or you're concerned about a loved one's habits, this information could make all the difference in protecting your precious memories. Let me share a quick story about my neighbor, Peter. Peter was always the life of the party, the guy who could tell the best stories and never turn down a good scotch. But over the past few years, his wife, Martha, noticed changes. At first, it was small things. Peter would repeat stories within the same hour, forget appointments, or get confused about what day it was. His doctor initially said it was just normal aging, but Martha kept pushing for answers. Eventually, they discovered that Peter's years of heavy drinking had actually damaged his brain in ways that mimicked dementia. Now, Peter's story might sound extreme, but here's what many people don't realize. Alcoholic dementia doesn't just happen to lifelong heavy drinkers. Even moderate drinking over many years can affect your brain health as you age. That's because our bodies process alcohol differently in our later years. The same amount that might have been fine at 50 could be causing problems at 70. So what exactly is alcoholic dementia? It's a form of cognitive decline caused by alcohol's toxic effects on brain cells over time. Unlike Alzheimer's, which develops from different causes, alcoholic dementia often shows up with some telltale signs. First, you might notice problems with short-term memory that go beyond typical forgetfulness. We're talking about forgetting entire conversations that just happened, not just where you put your keys. Second, there's often trouble with what doctors call executive function. That's your ability to plan, organize, and make decisions. Maybe balancing the checkbook suddenly feels overwhelming, or following a recipe you've made for years becomes confusing. Another red flag is changes in personality or mood. Someone might become unusually apathetic, just not caring about things they used to enjoy. Or they might swing the other way, becoming more impulsive or even aggressive. These changes often happen so gradually that family members don't notice at first, chalking it up to just getting older. Now, you might be thinking, I only have a drink or two a day. Should I really be worried? That's a great question. The truth is, alcohol affects everyone differently. Factors like your genetics, overall health, and even your diet play a role. But here's what research shows. Regular drinking, even at moderate levels, can accelerate brain aging. One study found that people who drank just 7 to 14 drinks per week had brains that looked a full year older than non-drinkers for every additional year of life. But before you get too concerned, let me share the hopeful part. Our brains are remarkably resilient. Even if you've enjoyed alcohol for years, making changes now can help protect and even improve your memory. The first step? Taking an honest look at your drinking habits. You don't need to quit cold turkey, unless your doctor says so. But being mindful of how much and how often you drink is crucial. One helpful strategy is what's called the 30-day reset, taking a full month off from alcohol to see how you feel. Many people are amazed at how much sharper their minds feel after just a few weeks. Others find that simply spacing out their drinks, maybe having alcohol only on weekends instead of daily, makes a noticeable difference. And here's something else to consider. Alcohol often affects our sleep quality more than we realize. You might think that nightcap helps you sleep, but it actually prevents you from getting the deep, restorative sleep your brain needs to stay healthy. Try replacing that evening drink with a relaxing alternative, maybe warm milk with honey, herbal tea, or even just a comforting routine like listening to soft music. Now that we've covered what alcoholic dementia is and how to start making positive changes, let's talk about another powerful way to protect your memory: the foods you eat every day. Before we proceed, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Thank you. You've probably heard the saying, "You are what you eat." Well, when it comes to your brain, that couldn't be more true. What we put on our plates doesn't just fuel our bodies, it directly affects how well our minds work, especially as we age. And if alcohol has been part of your routine for years, paying attention to nutrition becomes even more important. Let's start with something simple but powerful: hydration. Did you know that even mild dehydration can make you feel foggy, forgetful, or sluggish? Alcohol makes this worse because it dehydrates the body. So, if you've enjoyed a drink or two over the years, your brain might be craving more water than you realize. The fix? Keep a glass of water nearby throughout the day. If plain water feels boring, try adding a slice of lemon or cucumber. It makes a refreshing difference. Now, let's talk about the foods that actually help repair and protect your brain. The first superstar? Omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats, found in fish like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds, are like a soothing balm for your brain cells. They help reduce inflammation, something that can speed up memory problems, and even support the growth of new brain connections. If fish isn't your favorite, a simple omega-3 supplement can do the trick. But always check with your doctor first. Another brain-boosting nutrient is vitamin B1, also called thiamine. Here's why this matters. Heavy alcohol use drains your body's thiamine stores, and a deficiency can lead to serious memory issues. The good news? You can replenish it with foods like whole grains, beans, nuts, and lean pork. Even a bowl of fortified cereal in the morning can give you a helpful dose. But it's not just about adding the good stuff. It's also about cutting back on what doesn't help. Processed foods, sugary snacks, and too much caffeine can leave your brain feeling jittery and unfocused. And of course, alcohol itself is the biggest culprit. If quitting entirely feels overwhelming, try setting small goals, like having alcohol-free days each week. You might be surprised how much clearer and energized you feel. Now, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about something just as important as food: social connection. You might be wondering, what does staying social have to do with alcoholic dementia? Well, more than you'd think. Isolation can accelerate memory decline, while staying engaged with others keeps your brain active and resilient. Think about it. When you're chatting with a friend, recalling stories, or even debating a topic, you're giving your brain a workout. That's why hobbies, clubs, or even regular phone calls with loved ones can be so powerful. If alcohol was your way to unwind or socialize, try replacing it with something new: a weekly card game, a book club, or even volunteering. Not only does this protect your mind, but it also fills your life with joy and purpose. And here's something else to consider: sleep. If alcohol has been part of your evenings, you might not be getting the deep, restorative sleep your brain needs. Even though a nightcap might make you feel drowsy, it actually disrupts sleep cycles, leaving you groggy and forgetful the next day. Instead, try winding down with a warm cup of chamomile tea or gentle stretching. Over time, better sleep means a sharper mind. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please take a moment to do so and like our content. We've covered a lot so far: how alcohol can quietly affect memory over time, the foods and habits that help protect your brain, and the power of staying socially connected. But there's one more thing we need to talk about, and it might be the most important of all: knowing when to ask for help. You see, many of us were raised to tough things out on our own, to see asking for support as a sign of weakness. But when it comes to your brain health, Reaching out is actually one of the bravest and smartest things you can do. Maybe you've noticed some changes in yourself, little slips in memory that feel more frequent, or moments of confusion that worry you, or perhaps you've seen these signs in a spouse or friend. Whatever the case, the first step is simply acknowledging it. A good place to start is with your doctor. They're not there to judge. Their job is to help. A simple checkup can rule out other causes of memory issues, like vitamin deficiencies, thyroid problems, or even medications that might be affecting your thinking. And if alcohol has been a big part of your life, being honest with your doctor means they can guide you toward the right resources, whether that's cutting back safely, getting nutritional support, or connecting you with a specialist. Now, I know the idea of changing lifelong habits can feel overwhelming. Maybe you're thinking, I've been drinking for decades. Is it even worth trying now? The answer is a resounding yes. Our brains have an amazing ability to heal, especially when we give them the right care. Even small changes, like swapping one drink a day for a flavored sparkling water, or joining a community group to stay socially active, add up over time. And let's not forget the emotional side of this. If alcohol has been your way to relax, cope, or even just pass the time, finding new ways to fill that space is key. Maybe it's rediscovering an old hobby, like gardening or painting, or trying something completely new, like gentle yoga or bird watching. The goal isn't perfection. It's progress. Every positive choice you make is a step toward a sharper, healthier mind. Before we wrap up, let's take a quick moment to recap what we've learned. Alcoholic dementia is a real risk, but it's not inevitable. You can protect your memory by cutting back on alcohol and staying hydrated, eating brain-boosting foods like omega-3s and thiamine-rich meals, staying socially and mentally active, prioritizing good sleep, and seeking support when you need it. Most importantly, remember this: aging doesn't have to mean decline. With the right care, your brain can stay vibrant and engaged for years to come. So be kind to yourself, celebrate the small victories, and know that it's never too late to make a change. If this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you tried any of these tips? Do you have a favorite brain-healthy habit? Let's keep the conversation going, because sharing our experiences is one of the best ways to learn and grow. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tips on living your best life after 60. Here's to taking care of your mind, your memories, and yourself, because you deserve it. Until next time, remember, every day is a new opportunity to nurture your brain and embrace the joy of living well. Cheers to that.